Why is it so difficult for spiritual people to make money? This was the topic that I was so excited and so passionate about my whole life because I always felt that I would like to create more abundance. And I did so much work around money, so much work around limiting beliefs and mindset. And yet it took me many, many years until I started to see proof of my new mindset and my new beliefs. And I have seen this happening in the lives of so many people who are and have been on their spiritual journey. So the question is why you see people who are, we consider like bad people, like criminals and low consciousness people, that it seems that they are attracting and manifesting money so easily, whereas people who are on their spiritual journey, who are working on themselves, who have a big heart, they have big visions, uh, they want to help others, they want to help the world. It seems that it's much more difficult for them to create money. I would even go to the extremes of they actually are continuously in this lack mindset, and even though they have all these amazing gifts and spiritual gifts, it seems that they are lacking that, they are lacking the money, cash. That's how I have to put it. Like, I can't put it in other words because this is what it is. So welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Agnes and I help spiritual seekers and light workers and star seeds to break these unconscious patterns, and no matter if it's in the area of finances or in the area of relationships or in the area of body and well-being. But if something is now working in your life, there is something behind it, there is a belief, there is a mindset that is creating that reality, that's creating that result. Now, today I want to share with you an experience that I had that completely changed the mindset that I had around money. And I hope this is also going to create the same experience in your life, because for me, it was like such a huge awakening of, oh my God, like this just makes so much sense. So the question is, why those people who we don't consider as being spiritual have so much money and so easy for them to attract money, and why spiritual people lack money, right? Because it really feels that the balance is really on the side of the people. Like, imagine how amazing would be, or how this world could change if money would come easily and effortlessly, and abundance and freaking amazing wealth would be in the hands of spiritual people, high consciousness people, healers and coaches, and people who have empathy, and people who have compassion for others, for the world, like how much they could do. And this is what we want, right? This is why we are here. Actually, this is why light workers are here, because we need to remember that we are abundance. But there are a few steps to get there. And the majority of the steps are these aha moments, like, oh, like this is why this is my reality. Now, one of these situations where I had this like, whoa, now I understand why this is my experience, was a workshop that I was attending. And the lady who was the host, who was giving the workshop, asked us a very simple question, which I'm going to ask you now. And I want you to spend a few minutes on having the answer for this question. So the lady asked, what are your top 5 priorities? The values. What are your top 5 values, priorities in your life that you really value? Right? The values you really value in your life. I remember that I said freedom, knowledge, spiritual growth, mastery, deep connection, peace. You have your own, like think about your own. And when you have it, let's continue. Now, when you realize that money is not in the top 5 of your value priority, you also will see this in your life. Now, it is really, really interesting, but everything that you consider as being a value priority in your life, you have a lot of them in your life, because the more you love something, the more you prioritize, the more you appreciate something, you're going to have more and more of that in your life. So look around in your life and see that your priorities are exactly being shown in your life. So I remember, for me, freedom was the most important and is the most important thing in my life. Now I have a lot of freedom in my life because I do so much and I did so much to have all this freedom in my life. The second thing was knowledge. Like, all the money that I had, I was keep spending on having more knowledge and more knowledge and more knowledge. Now, also in my life, money or cash or wealth or richness was not in the top 5 of my priorities. And that completely opened my eyes to, oh my God, like, she's right. Like, if it's not there, why are you so surprised that it's not part of your life? It's not in the top 5s. So that for me was a big eye opener. And that's when I started to be more and more conscious of starting to prioritize as top, at least third value in my life, because freedom obviously is always going to be number 1, but at least on the second and the third to be money. And money, and start creating a relationship that is about appreciation and love, because the more you love something, the more you have of that thing. Now, this is for me in my life. My sister is such a huge mirror. My sister, when you ask my sister about money or anything, I remember when I asked her the same thing, like, tell me the 5 priorities. For her, number 1 was money. Said money is my one that was like, I love money. And so I was listening to her and I was like, whoa, okay, so I would never say that. Like, this is just so not me saying I love so much money. And so I had to spend some time in looking into why I don't have, or am I triggered? I used to be very much triggered by her saying that. So, and I was feeling pain, I was feeling disappointment, I was feeling even anger when she was saying that. And especially seeing how easily she can make. Now she's only 27, but even last week she won again like 6, 7,000 euros, which is around $8,000 more or less. She just won that amount of money. She went to um, um, it was a game that it was in the television, and she felt so excited and drawn to participate, and she won that money. Now after we talked about this, I said to her, she's super conscious, we talk a lot about these kind of things. So uh, before she went, she asked me, tell me, what do I need to know, how can I go there and just win the money? And I said to her, you know exactly how to do this, you've done it before many times. It's for you, it's very easy to manifest money because you love money. So don't get attached, just go there, have fun, and just know that money loves you, and just have fun. Now, I was not surprised that she actually won, because, and she called me. She's like, "Oh my God, you were right. I just had such an amazing time." And funny enough, I was dumb. Like, I didn't know the answers. I was just lucky. And I said to her, exactly. Like, it's always about, like, manifestation and attraction is always about It's very clear. It's if you love something, it will love you back. So this is very annoying, or it used to be very annoying for me, because you don't have to be smart, you don't have to be spiritual, you don't have to heal, you don't have to be high consciousness. You That's why bad people can make money, because they love money. Spiritual people usually they don't love money. They put money at the end of their priority and value list. So that's exactly what their life shows. There's a lot of healing there, there's a lot of spirituality, there is a lot of knowledge and gurus and like coincidences and synchronicities and magic, but it's not money. And they say, I would like to have wealth and financial freedom and money and cash, but it's not there. But actually, funny enough, they don't even say that. Like, watch you. Are you actually saying that you want cash? You want money? No. Why? Because we say abundance. Like, spiritual people say abundance. That's how bad their relationship is with money. That they are not even, they can't even say that I love money. It feels off. At least it felt for me. I felt like, I don't know, I just, that feels so, ugh. Exactly. So if you have, when you say that, I love money, I appreciate money, if you can really say that out loud, and you can totally be present in your body and feel if it's true for you or if it's not true for you. So when you say that out loud, if your body says, yes, that's so true for me, I just want to say this over and over and over again because I get super excited, then you are aligned with money and allowing money and attracting money and being a money magnet or whatever you want to call it. But if your body goes into resistance, you feel this a little bit off, it feels like, oh, that doesn't feel right. Any type of emotion that comes up, any type of, I call it resistance, right? Resistance is a reaction or a trigger in your body that feels that's not true for me. And you either feel like whatever you feel. Now, this means that there is something, there is no alignment to that what you desire. So on, even many times on a conscious level, we say we want that. But the moment we call it abundance, that's what I realized in my own life, that we call it, spiritual people call it abundance because it's just such a cute word, and you have less resistance to say abundance, whatever that means, than to say cash or money, because it's just heavy. Now, it's heavy because you have beliefs about it, but it's not heavier than abundance. It's just energy. Those are just words, but the meaning you attribute to those words, it what creates your alignment or disalignment, that creates an attraction. So just think about this. I really wanted to create this video to be an eye opener for your alignment with money and with wealth. And this is the first step. When you become aware of this resistance, there's many different ways that you can release this resistance. And some people believe in looking for patterns that you inherited from your family. Some people believe in looking for past lives, maybe some poverty vows or whatever they were there. I also believe in checking them if you have those. Now you can do this checking either using a pendulum, if you know, that's very easy to do that, right? So you can ask your pendulum to give you a yes, a no, and then you can ask these questions like, do I have money blocks that are coming from my family lineage? Do I have money blocks that are coming from my past lives? Or right? If this is yes, yes, then I'm going to put some links below, because I created a program where you can release, clear away all these different energy blocks. Um, and you can check them below and check, well, everything related to this. Other question that you can ask around money blocks, on a scale from 0 to 10, how aligned I am with allowing money to come into my life or receiving money. You can say it is below 5 or above 5, above 6, above 7. So you can find where exactly or how open or aligned you are. When I first did this, I was 3, like on a scale from 0 to 10, it was a 3 for me. So I was only 3, 2 to 3 open from a 10. So, and then I went into and see what is there, like what can I do in order to align myself to a 10. And in my case, it was related to something that I inherited from my mother. And this is, I have to say, it's quite common that we inherit things from our parents, and then we either do the same thing or we do exactly the opposite. And this is very interesting. So maybe you also want to give it a little bit of thought, like how your mother and father is dealing with money, or what is their relationship, their patterns, and then see what is your pattern in relation. So for example, if your maybe your mom or your father was spending, like you have no idea how to keep money, and then you are the opposite of that. Or but you will see that we actually, there's so much in, like either in common, or just so much you will understand about your money and become more aware about your money relationship when you look at your family. So in my case, I was the opposite. Like my mother went very much into the extreme of loving money so much, and no matter how much she was loving it, she was keep repelling it, because there was a big fear behind that love. Whereas I went and compensated this pattern she had in repelling it, and keep saying, I remember when I started my spiritual journey, I was keep saying money doesn't make you happy, or money is not important. And of course, because I used to have a lot of beliefs around money and spirituality. But that is not true, right? So those are different ideas that we bought into, either, as I said, from family, from society, and obviously we are abundance. If light workers are here to remember that this is our energy, it's your energy. So you just allow your energy to serve you. And as I said, we are here because imagine all light workers becoming wealthy, how much we can do for others, how much we can share, how much we can help, and how much we can heal. But keeping ourselves away, keeping ourselves shut down and in rejection to that, it won't really help us step into our full power and full potential. So this is what I wanted to share with you. If you have anything to say, or if you had an aha moment, you want to share anything, just put that in the comments below. Also check all the links that I put there for you, and see you soon. Ciao.